So, speaking of tactics, Harley, I want to dig into what the experience of training with Sam was like. There were sparse few videos. I watched the ones you uploaded. Those were hilarious. How did it compare to what your expectations were?
I have more content on that coming out. Just the guy that we were filming with went with us to film at the event and everything. So there's a whole other episode with Sam coming out because I actually get sick and then we go back into it. And that helped so much. Like, it helped a lot. It made me like when I went back to my coach after to work on some maybe specific strategy for the match, because Sam touched on so much. He like sat down, he was like, let me tell you every single thing about boxing from beginning to end. Like, and he told me like a billion things and we kept going through it. So when I went back to my coach, like, we were able to zero in on things that would be good for me in the match without without the like being hindered by my endurance limitations. Because like fighting Sam for hours just was crazy for my endurance, because boxing with like no finish line or doing any training with no finish line is crazy for endurance, because you never know when you're going to be done. So you give it your all and then you keep going. And he never wanted to like go home. He was always like, let's do one more round. And it's like past midnight. It's like night. It's dark. It's like one more round. He's always down. And I'm like, last round, I got to go. I have to sleep and become a person. And then he's like, okay, footwork for a couple rounds then you go. Like, it was never.
I have a question about Sam Hyde. So I've seen him box and he's always like wildly outmatched in the times that I've seen him. Does it seem like he's using a lot less energy than you? That like you're working hard, dancing around, and he's just, I don't know, casually existing in there?
Yeah, well, when I went to him, that's what he said he was going to help me with. He was like, oh, yeah, I'll show you how to use energy strategically and not just like, adrenaline dump everything as soon as you get in the ring. But also, like, there's a big part of boxing, and I'm going to say things like that. Whenever I say things like that, I'm not trying to sound like a guy that knows things about boxing. I know enough to know that, like,
aren't you undefeated?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, as far as we know, you can't be defeated.
That's true.
Now.
That's true. Boy, and I win every round by TKO. But he had he was I'll be honest with you guys, I got high for the first time in a long time.
Oh,
like I when you were saying all that stuff, fighting scary, I stopped getting high because of that.
Yeah,
because like I would get high and then I was like, my walkout music's gay. Oh my god!
You should have never chosen. I can't believe someone's so fine.
The Game Grumps are gonna punch me. Oh my god!
Why'd I pick It's Raining Men?
What if I shit in the ring? I'm gonna shit in the ring. I would do that. Oh my god! Like, I was like panicking about the wrong things. I stopped blazing because of that. So then I didn't do all this blazing, and I got high like 2 days ago and yesterday and today. And I've kind of been like it's like me high, the me that I normally am for like the last like 10 years. So that me comes back and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Because it's like, you think like you got high and you blacked out, but instead like high me had sober me take control. And I was like, we're going to do a boxing match. We're going to train with Sam Hyde. And I did all this mind-blowing, weird, trippy shit. And I got high again. I was like, oh, I can't believe I did that stuff. I went to Rhode Island and I got sick in the hotel and I trained with Sam. And then why would I call out Dr. Disrespect? Am I crazy? Like I said something to you, Zach, in your Discord, if you could put it in there. I don't know if you could share the image or whatever, but I saw this, like I was really high and I saw this thumbnail and I was like, if you showed that to me 8 months ago, I would think that's a variant of me from another timeline. I'd be like, oh, wrong universe. I'm not that Harley.
That's bizarre.
I don't know who that is. I don't know what he's doing.
Look, he called out Dr. Disrespect. That's crazy, the vascularity. Get some Harley.
Yeah, bro. Get me on trend, Kyle. Get me on trend so I can fuck men.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can fuck.
Now you're strong enough to fuck a man.
Yeah, that's
women, whoever's on the bus.
I mean, you could absolutely get on some sort of replacement dose of something if you wanted to. You know,
I want a boost. I don't want to replace. I want a maximization.
You know, replace so that you can get back to the levels you were when you were 18.
Oh, okay.
Or the levels that you would have been at 18 if you were like a super Viking man.
Yes, not your levels at 18. The best levels
I was like
that any
mild
18-year-old
Viking
has
man.
had thus far in human history.
Yeah. You basically become a space marine. It's great.
Something like I going back to the video watching, like I watched Sam's video of you guys and I watched yours, and I'm excited that you have more coming out. Like something I thought was neat, because I've been a fan of Sam and his content for a long time, is you never get like a full real view of him in his videos. By design, it's for humor's sake, of course. The videos you guys did together with like the fixation on the boxing, I feel like that was the most real version of Sam I've ever seen on a video. Like he was sincerely and genuinely like, you know, Harley, you're gonna want to do this, do that, don't do this, try that. Like it was just a different version of him that I'd never seen. It was really interesting.
Yeah, me too. At least for a prolonged period of time. Maybe you get like a glimpse or a moment, or he says something, or he gives a piece of like information, or on his podcast he'll like talk at length about some interesting things, you know, like hustle culture or whatever. But then like this was like really different. I think this was like the most I don't know, it was like hanging out with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's what his people would get. And I take it he's not casual about his approach to his content like a lot of YouTubers are. I saw him eat a burger once in his car and like review something, and he was like making fun of like how YouTubers do that, or whatever. And in my head, I was watching, I was like, damn, if he only knew how badly people would love to see Sam Hyde go and eat a burger in a car and talk about it. Yeah, like it doesn't always have to be a thing. And like I was just like, they love him, you know.
Those videos, I know exactly the ones you're talking about. It's like he signed up for every single loot crate for 1 month and then is going like 110 miles an hour in his truck down the highway, opening them and breaking everything that came in the box. Like, look at this. This isn't crap. This isn't trash. And it's like he's flying down the highway. It's like it's so
I like what I'm most impressed by someone like Sam Hyde is his whack pack that he's attracted. That group of guys that are like there in the background. Like it's difficult to pull that group together. Okay. That's because I feel like
it's a special group.
You know, there's like the 5'5" guy with the really hairy belly shooting an AK and jiggling everywhere. And it's like, you know what? I bet he's a great video editor, though. He's probably got some hidden talent.
I've had people like that around me, maybe a couple. My good buddy Amir, who cooks on Epic Mealtime, and my buddy Let Me Know, who was on Epic Mealtime. They're both of the same sort that you're talking about. And I like to call these unique items or legendary items. Like if you're not a high enough level, you won't be able to wield their company.
No.
And you might think
those are NPCs. Those are the companions. Those are your companions.
Yeah. But like if you think of like not that they are an item, but like if you're not a high enough level to be in the presence of this weapon, you might be like, that weapon sucks. And it's like, no, if you have a boost in this in particular, it's a weird weapon, but it could, in the right situations, it's going to be insane. And like, like, you know, Big Flame, Jet Neptune, like these guys that I met.
Neptune is such
like these guys that I met, like I'm like, I got home and
is his name Jet Neptune?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I went and I like got in the car with my buddy Brian, who was there filming, and I was like, can you believe that Sam has Let Me Knows? And like Let Me Know is my buddy. And like when you think about it, a Let Me Know in many ways is a lot like a Jet Neptune. And like these are like
similar
that,
items.
like that it's just like you're lucky if you ever got to meet this person and got to know them and hang out with them. And when they came down to the fight, I was really, really excited about that. Because I hung out with those dudes a whole bunch at the office.
Oh, they actually were able to go? That's nice. Oh, we lost your audio.
You lost your audio.
Did you? Is it back?
Yeah, it's back now. Yeah.
Okay, so relax then.
Touché. Here I was worried about you having no audio on a podcast.
No, now he's frozen. So he might be gone.
Huh.
He froze so well, though.
Crazy. I don't know what's there. I'm back now.
For a second, I thought he was fucking with me.
You would think that I'm just fucking around.
Who is
Yeah.
you said Jet Neptune? Who's the guy, like the young, like early 20s looking white guy who just inexplicably has like a full gold grill, like top and bottom?
I feel like that's a couple of them. Jet Neptune's like the bald one. He's got shaved head with I think he has a grill, and he wears like what's that company name, like Sniper Gang pants, which is just like a crazy article of clothing to wear. It's like Kodak Black's like clothing line. Anyways, just thing that stands out to me. Big Flame has that huge ass long hair. The big
this is what I'm thinking of. Jet
like,
Neptune. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you at what point were you finally comfortable being around Sam and being glad that you were there and knowing that it wasn't all an elaborate prank on you from Sam?
Never.
Yeah. Like there had to be because
Never 100% sure.
Because like in your head you've got to be like, this stuff he's teaching me, it makes sense. But what if he's like teaching me how to lose? Like what if he's making it so I fall
he's got
over?
a under the table deal with a game grump. You don't know about.
Or maybe it's just all an elaborate joke of some kind.
He did like really early on, he like I saw things or he showed me things and he was like, yeah, don't put that in. And so instantly I'm like, okay, well, I fully filmed that. He's not like taking my footage and deleting it. He was just like, don't put that in. And I was like, oh, look at that. Sam Hyde trusting a Jewish man.
The ultimate.
Seems like every content creator has a mask for their audience.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But
does he know how to box?
What do you mean? The last guy I trained with didn't know how to box, but he made it work. Sam made it work.
Sam
I got there and he learned how to be a
Sam knows how to
coach.
box. This argument isn't holding up at all.
No, Sam
just
in
drop
the
it.
video,
Next time-
Sam doesn't, he never boxed before. He's not a boxing coach. He loves boxing. He hits his punching bags. He goes to the gym and he hits the bags. He loves punching. He loves combat. He watches. He learns. He's always learning. But Sam never boxed. And Sam is not a boxing coach.
He seemed comfortable hitting.
Exactly. Bro,
Yeah,
that's it.
But there's a
that's
comfort
it.
that comes with experience that he seemed to have in spite of not being that experienced, it sounds like.
Yeah, Sam, I asked him straight up. I was like, did you ever box? He's like, no. It's like in the first episode. I was like, you never boxed, eh? And he's like, no. And I kind of knew that anyways, but he's still like, I mean, like, you could still like, he didn't, when I was going down there and people were like, but does he know how to coach? I was like, it doesn't matter. He's going to be a big ass dude with boxing gloves on and he's going to want to box me. Like what, like it does that. Anyone's going to learn from that more than anything. Like, it's kind of like just throwing yourself in there, like you throw your dog in the pool. Yeah, he's never swam before or taken lessons, but like he's gonna fucking pull it together when he's in the middle of the pool. And I was in the middle of the pool there with him.
It's a good comparison. Yeah, and you got thrown in the pool and you had to sink or
over
swim.
and over again.
You started swimming.
Yeah, so now it's like if I have a boxing match coming up, chances are Sam is also probably going to be on a card. Not against me or anything, but he's going to be in a boxing match. I'm pretty sure something is happening that I've heard of. That is almost
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm speaking out of my place right now, but anyways, no, Zach, not that. Much more threatening opponent than him.